Geographic neighbors, Ohio and Indiana, but worlds apart on this football day. Ohio State moves to 8-0 on the season. Head coach Jim Tressel joining us to talk about the day's events. You go back to Indiana and another Big Ten contest. Keeping your attention here, the focus from the guys seemed pretty good.
It really was. With Indiana being 2-1 and coming back and winning some ball games from behind, I thought our guys practiced well. It was great having Tom Tupa come in because he'd had some great experiences he could share with. And all the messages we got this week, we heard from Joe Lukens. And Coach Mata sent us a nice message that we put to use. And there's Tom right there. It was a thrill for him. You know, he was in the NFL 17 years, and it was great to have him back. And
speaking of punters.
Yeah, their punter put it down on the 2.
Yeah.
And then we punted the ball, and they got outside the edge. You know, we talked all week long about just how extraordinary their return game was, and set themselves up on the 15. But this is when the game took shape, when we forced them to go for a field goal.
Yeah, they've had so many happy returns throughout the season that you had to take note of it. I don't know if there was any scheming differently. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But defensively, near misses in the early going.
We were all over the place, and the guys were playing hard and getting after him, trying to confuse that quarterback. We held them to that field goal, and that would be all they would have this day.
Yeah, you look at that, and if they don't get that return, you know the D's going to throw up a goose egg. And you go back to offense and some play calling here. A nice little screen after Troy's missed a couple of passes, and then an easy one to get him going.
We hit where we missed our first 3, and then we hit that screen, and then we hit the little option play here. And you know Troy could make things happen, and I think he rushed that one for about 26 yards, and that really got us jump-started.
Yeah, good pickup on the play, keeping things alive, doing it with his feet. And Antonio Pittman, we've seen that before, gets a pickup of 8, almost kept it in bounds.
He sure did, and Antonio had a good day, 16 carries for 105, and here's a good play-action pass, kind of all alone there, Rory Nickel, and it was good to get in the end zone quickly. Long drive.
Well, that slow start is also done and forgotten about, and back on offense with a 7-3 lead now after trailing 3-zip, and Chris Wells.
Now Chris is a heck of a back, and Mo Wells, Chris Wells, and Antonio got significant carries. Plus we went to the play-action game, and here you see Troy getting outside the edge of the defense, and our receivers keep working to get open because they know he keeps plays alive.
Well, and that's a little different, too. In the past, when Troy would break the tackle barrier there, get outside the box, you thought maybe he'd run. Now he's keeping him alive, and receivers have to stay alive.
Well, there's no question about it. And there you see Antonio Smith. What a wonderful day he had. What a great story he is, the effort he's made to become the great player he is. There you see Jay Richardson. I think Jay had 3 sacks on the day, and we were putting some pressure on their very fine young quarterback.
A loss of 5 there. Antonio Pittman's going to bust one for a dozen here up the gut.
Well, it was a good job on the draw blocking by the offensive line, and we're moving down the field again. A little bit of play action. Good job getting the ball out to Gonzo for a first down, and you know, we're moving the football in some pretty good-sized chunks.
Yeah, his 30th catch of the year there that went for a first down out of 35 total catches.
There you see Teddy getting just a little empty route there, and he moved the ball into the first down area.
13 yards complete, which leaves it 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Troy again. Good
progression with his eyes. We ran a little crossing route, and Gonzo and Robisky and Ginn out there. And it's all about protection, though. Troy had all day to throw it, and one thing this quarterback didn't have was all day. There you see Jay Richardson getting his 2nd.
Yeah, Kellen Lewis goes down, loss of 6 on the play. The D really feeling his stride right now, and his dad loves it, you know that. And then you talk about Robisky, and here he is running the post.
Now that was a good one. We got the ball right before the half, and we wanted to see if we could strike. Got a penalty added on to it, and then we hit it out to Robisky again and got it out of bounds, so we had a chance. And we thought, well, we'll throw one play action and come back and run it because we had some timeouts left, and what a catch by Jake Ballard. Just a heck of a job.
So the tight ends have caught 3 touchdown passes to this point in the game. Was that something that you had planned from the early going?
You know, I don't know that we did. All of our packages have every receiver as part of them, and the good thing about a good quarterback is he goes to the guy that's open.
Well, he's double-teamed on that one, but he threw it to a spot where only Ballard could come up with it, his first catch.
Well, and it was a heck of a catch.
Yeah, it was. One he'll certainly remember, no question about it. Getting back to the returns, with what you know and saw on film, was there any thought of changing some schemes and how you would handle them in the return game because they've been so successful at it?
Well, you know, we wanted to try to kick the kickoffs out of the end zone so we could have it on the 20, and we did do the one real nice pooch that we made one of their up people handle. You know, when you're punting out of your end zone like we were on that first one, what you're trying to do is just get the ball punted. You don't get too fancy when you're standing in your end zone. And, you know, we try to keep the ball outside the numbers, a little bit of a kind of a swirling wind, not real strong, but enough to hang the ball up and let them catch it right on the hash. You know, they were a great test for us.
Well, certainly as much an awareness also in the return game there. And you're certainly aware, up 21-3, that these guys have come back on the last three opponents to win the games in similar deficits. So tacking that one on, you feel a little better going to the half, as we do right now. We'll be back with second half highlights here on Buckeye Football Weekly right after this.